What is up, guys? Norris Digital Assets coming at you with another video. Follow me on Twitter, Norris Digital Assets. We are going to dive right into the chart. There's a little bit of a pullback today, guys. Nothing to be worried about whatsoever. A lot of the time when you get, like on Vechain here, this is Vechain on the daily, when you get this bull cross that takes so long to get, we definitely obviously don't want this to roll back through and be a fake out bull cross. Still waiting on that. Vechain and Curve, both of these. But a lot of the times when you get these crosses, you start to, and you get overextended away from the EMAs, you start to fall back down into kind of the crux of this cross as support, and you bounce off it for that next leg. And that's when you start building those stairs. Now, it doesn't have to happen. It's just probabilities, but that happens all the time. Also, let's see here. If we click here and we look at the stock RSI, the stock RSI on the daily, guys, we could have some sideways or down price action over the next few days. Because if you look here, we have not visited zero in a long time where you have all these zeros. We haven't visited zero in a long time. On the stock RSI, yeah, we've come down here to the bottom of the band and kind of bounced off. But we're up. We spent a little bit of time up here. When you spend that much time on a kind of a flat top plateau shape like that, you're going to come back down probably to zero before you get some momentum back up in the market. While you're falling, obviously, you want to stay sideways or correct back down a little bit and bounce off these EMAs. So we're kind of waiting. So Vechain is Vechain and Curve. So Vechain with this daily cross, daily bull cross. And if we look at Curve, Curve's is even stronger. Here, this was back on July 22nd. Corrected back down and tapped the 55 EMA. Definitely corrective in the price. This cross is Curve and Vechain and some of these other coins just early runners, and Ethereum as well with a nice cross and some movement up out of that bear flag pattern. Is that a sign of things to come? Well, we're going to have to wait and see. Will that happen for Bitcoin? If we take a look at something like CKB here, CKB is right on the verge of green line, just crossed over red, okay? Waiting on that. A little bit of green on CKB today, even though everything else is not, because we're still in that technical target up to the top of this channel, which is also the target out of this cup and handle, which is that 0.0054, which would also clear that resistance. So we're waiting on that. Still in that technical target, and you will remain in that technical target unless you were to lose support, which is this line at the top of the cup and handle, which is 0.0046. Okay, we're at 0.0049, so we're fine there. And you'd have to actually close below this trend line, and that could say that you're going to roll. So we're waiting on that. Is this a sign of things to come for Bitcoin? Because until Bitcoin actually gets this cross and it's strong and we get some momentum up, we don't know if Curve, CKB, and some of these other coins are just going to be fake out bull crosses and you're going to start to kind of roll back down. If that were to be the case with Bitcoin, the only reason I could see that why is because the market, I always talk about the market moves in 3s and 5s. We always talk about like an A, B, C, that's 3. A lot of them are 5s. But if we actually zoom out here and we look at what Bitcoin has done since the 69,000 here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's the only really thesis that I have to say is that the market moves in 3s and 5s, and there's a 5 right there. And if that did happen, I would hope that even if we go down to this 15,000 range, or 16,000 one more time, which I hope we don't have to do that. That's just a ton of wasted time, in my opinion. That if we do drop, I'm hoping definitely that we do not lose my entire thesis, which would be losing the top of 1 here, which is around 13,700. So I'd like to stay above that because 1, 2, 3, long, crazy corrective 4, and then 5. So to keep my thesis intact, I definitely not want to, for many reasons, I do not want to break that 13,700. That's the top of wave 1 to keep my thesis intact. Don't know if any of this is even going to happen or if this is the start of wave 5. We're still waiting. We need to see, okay, 28, 29,000, this giant peak right here. We need to see, is that going to be too much resistance to overcome? Are we going to hit that and then roll back down towards 13,000, 14,000? Or is the bottom in on June 18th? The bottom's in. We're going to come up to We're going to come up to that 28, 29,000. Yeah, we're going to come up to that 28, 29,000. Yeah, we're going to get rejected a little bit, but it's just a correction. Then we're going to go to fight it again. Maybe one more little rejection. Maybe the second time's a charm, maybe third time's a charm, but then start to climb above 30,000 and start to get some momentum. And that was the bottom on June 18th. And we get wave 5, and Bitcoin runs to at least $89,000, $90,000 based off the fibs. Can run up to $200 and some thousand based off the 2272 Fibonacci. So we'll just wait and see. Everything's going to depend on what Bitcoin does here. I have a great feeling, guys, about, I'll show you 3 coins. Casper, I have an amazing feeling about Casper long term, guys. I think Casper, this is from some of the original Ethereum developers, I believe. Casper is a layer 1. It is a sleeping giant. It's down here in the gutter, yet it's been way, way, way higher in the past. It's a layer 1, and no one's talking about it. No one cares. I think Casper is going to be massive in the future, and you'll wish you had some Casper. Another coin, Curve. I think Curve is going to run like crazy, $10, $20, $30. CKB is going to run nicely. We always talk about CKB. And then also Vechain, very, very, very bullish on Vechain. I know there's like some FUD that comes out sometimes about it being an Asian Chinese type. It has these different connections in China. I'm not worried about that. I'm not going like all in. It's not one of my biggest bags, but I have a good amount of Vechain, and I think Vechain's going to explode. You have to consider that right now Vechain is at 3 cents, and its all-time high is 28 cents. Okay, so you're talking a 9x, just the all-time high, and then I do expect it to run well past the all-time high, much higher than 28 cents in the next bull run. So right now we're all just being patient and still waiting. What's going on right now over the last day or two is just, you have to consider that if you look at some of these coins on the 4-hourly, they just ran. They had the bull cross in the 4-hourly, and they ran up the stairs. So this is going on with a lot of coins, and you have to crack back a little bit. You don't have to come all the way back down to your base, but crack back down a little bit and then gear up for that next movement up. So those waveforms we always talk about. Anyways, guys, that's going to be it for this video. Like and subscribe. Thank you to everybody who's been following the channel since it started here. I appreciate it, and we'll catch you in the next video. I'm also extremely bullish on XRP, my largest holding. We'll catch you guys in the next video. See ya.